Hello. Okay, so let's start. So this is my final evaluation for my portfolio. So first I started with the ocean carbon equilibrium gizmo. I selected it for the overarching learning goal 1. And I chose it because the gizmo was like a practice on hypothesizing, analyzing, and performing experiments in like real life environments because it was in the actual ocean. It also revolved around like the understanding of the chemical reactions and how they affect living organisms, which was very helpful because I could actually visualize the information, not just try to understand. So I believe I performed quite well on this gizmo, but I would write notes from this handbook section for next time. This topic was easy to visualize, however, it was challenging as the questions were in depth and required a very good understanding of equilibrium and Le Chatelier's principle. So next we have polymers. I selected this one for the overarching learning goal 2, and I analyzed the substances inside these like common household items that I found in my own house. Um, and researched their effects on the environment, if they were recyclable or not. I also investigated its values in society, like how its costs of production and its harms on the environment and on like consumerism and all that. The activity was quite well done, but it took too much time, so I wasn't able to finish like the um, full exercises. I was only able to finish the part on the top. So for next time, I will try to organize my time more efficiently so I would be able to finish the whole activity. It was relatively easy to understand. It was very interesting to learn about polymers from real life products. I used like a practical strategy when learning this concept because I tried to find and research the products um, online and all that. So here we have this consolidation. So I don't only mean this, but the whole consolidation. So I selected it for the overarching learning goal 3 because it was an activity that aided in like determining the atomic structure, the 3D shape of the compounds using like the Vesper theory. And this mind map was very helpful uh, throughout the course. I believe it was very well done, and I managed to complete this activity in a good manner. So I would probably do the same thing next time as well. It was a bit challenging though because I was unfamiliar with Vesper. However, this made me more eager to learn it. So I used the PhET simulation of the molecular shapes to actually see how each one of them is going to look like, not just try to visualize it in my head. Okay, so here we have the overarching learning goal 3 again, because this activity helped me gain a deeper understanding of the 3D models of the molecules and how it is dependent on the different numbers of atoms. This activity was actually like a teamwork, so it's involved all the group members, and right here we had to do all these by hand. So it was a bit challenging. However, it was like a good way to understand how all of the shapes work. Yeah, it was. I would for next time. I would definitely try to have more communication with the team members, um, and yeah, I would just try to make it a little less lonely. So here we have. I selected the this artifact for again the overarching learning goal 3 because it helped me like learn the polarity of the molecules and how it was going to change the shapes in like a practical way. So this again was a team project, teamwork. Even though this concept was like unfamiliar to me and my group, we did a pretty good job on the activity and we had like a good understanding. But again, I would probably say for next time we'd have more communication with the groups. And the concept was, yeah, it was, even though it was unfamiliar, it was like easy-ish to comprehend as it depended on like the general understanding of the molecular structures. And this taking screenshots was very helpful because I could always just come back to it and see the actual screenshots, not just try to visualize it in my head. So here we have the overarching learning goal 4. I chose this because it shows like an external change and altering the equilibrium of the reaction. And here we practice like the temperature. So it was very well done for me and my team because we proved all this with research. We actually went online and tried to find each and every one of these. For next time, I would definitely try to make this explanation more thorough. It was a bit difficult to understand because the calculations were hard to memorize. But the strategy that I used was to break down all the questions and try to decipher what the question's actually asking for. So next, I have the overarching learning goal 4 again, and I used this because it is like the base of understanding energy changes and how they affect the compounds and the systems surrounding it. It was quite well done because I wrote it in like a scientific manner. So for next time, I would probably do the same thing. It was relatively easy concept to understand because energy, I've been learning it since forever, and it surrounds us so I can see it and it affects our everyday life. So my strategy was pretty much to just connect the information and try to find out how all of these like connect in a whole like chain. Equilibrium and concentration. So for here, I also used the overarching learning goal 4 because it shows how equilibrium is disturbed using experimental values that are analyzed and applied in like a lab-like environment, because this is a gizmo. The top section was quite well done, but because of time constraints, again, I wasn't able to finish the bottom section. So for next time, I would definitely try to start this more earlier so it doesn't like pile up. It was easy to learn because the experiments were simple and clear, which made it much easier to understand how like the equilibrium itself changes. My strategy was to find more in-depth explanations and researches online. So I actually tried to find more videos online and explaining the equilibrium and the concentration. Thank you.